I have been living in Shanghai now for around 3 months, so in this video I want to share my personal opinions on why I think moving can be good and some of the things I've learned during this time. So I'm a person who wants to achieve my goals, so that is the point of view I'm coming from. So the first reason is that it's gonna remove distractions. I don't think many people are aware of by how much their environment is hurting them. I'm talking about all the small things we have around us that are stealing our attention and triggering bad habits. So the best way to get rid of a bad habit is to make it impossible to do. I'll give you an example. So if you want to stop watching TV, then the best way is to just remove the TV. And this is what moving will automatically do for you. At this point, I'd rather just look outside or stare into a window than watch some random TV for whatever reason. For example, I think my apartment right now is perfect. It has no distractions in it. It has like one bed and a table. And I'm not gonna live like this forever, but now, while I have work to do, I think this is the right choice. So reason number 2 when moving can be good is that it's gonna save you a lot of time from meeting old friends and family. So if I meet up with a friend for lunch during a weekend, then it's easily gonna take up 4 hours of my time, because of all the small preparations I do before and then also the recovery time afterwards once I get back home. Maybe it's like this for some of you also, but it takes me quite a long time to recover once I'm back home. That's probably something I need to work on. And I still maintain contact with friends and family with phone calls. And it's not like I'm gonna leave them forever, just while I'm away. The third reason is that it gives you a sense of fresh start. It's like your schedule gets cleared and then you can fill it again with good activities. In terms of motivation, in my own experience, I feel a lot more motivated to work because I don't really have anything better to do. If I just stay home and do nothing, then I just feel so bad and weak. I feel like wasting time feels much worse after I moved. It's like I feel more guilty if I don't do anything. Reason number 4 why moving is good is that it's gonna leave you with a good story. Even if it doesn't work out well, you will at least be left with a good story. Because you are gonna be put outside of your comfort zone and you're gonna be faced with challenges and learn new things, and as a result, you're gonna grow. I think you're almost guaranteed to experience growth when you come back, because all the new experiences and the things you've learned are now part of you. In my own experience, after I've moved and then returned back, things always feel a little bit different in a good way. It feels like my eyes has opened up and I'm now able to see things from a new perspective. You're probably also going to be more grateful for the things you have. For example, I really miss my kitchen equipment. When in Sweden, I'd eat almost everything from a metal bowl, and I really miss that bowl. Maybe it's just me. Actually, I know it's definitely just not me, but I don't think a person who has lived in the same place their entire life is very impressive or attractive. Reason number 5 why moving is good is that it's gonna teach you good life lessons. By not moving, you are denying a lot of lessons and experiences that everyone needs in order to grow up. Some examples are how to talk to a stranger, how to do research online, and how to set up a plan. And you also get to live by your own rules. Most importantly, it teaches you that if you want to accomplish something, that everything relies on you and no one else is responsible for accomplishing those goals besides you. Okay, next, here are my suggestions of what preparations you need to do before moving. Before moving, I think you need to have a purpose of the move. And I know that there are people who prioritize being spontaneous and figuring things out once you get there. And I do believe there is a time and place for that. Just not when you're moving. Because if you want to be spontaneous, I think there is a very high chance that you're just gonna slide right back into the comfort zone and start acting on your emotions. And what I mean by acting on your emotions is that you're gonna start doing things based on how you feel. For example, the common thing to say is that I'm gonna do it when I feel like doing it. And I also know that there are people who move because they want to find themselves or their purpose in life. And in my personal opinion, that doesn't really work, because that plan is just too unclear and weak. If you don't have a plan, then your plan is to fail. Because what's gonna happen is that once you get there, you're just gonna slide right back into your old habits. In order to prevent the bad habits, identify them, then write them down, and then make sure to not introduce them again. I think the best way to figure out what you want is to just remove all distractions. Just isolate yourself for 1 or 2 days and just think about life and what you want. Because once you remove all distractions, things are gonna quiet down and it's gonna force you to think. Another way to figure out what you want is to do the inverse and figure out what you don't want. I'll give you some examples. I don't want to be unhealthy, so the solution is to exercise and eat clean. I don't want to be stuck in a job I don't like, so the solution is learn new things, work on a side income and take calculated risk. I don't want to die alone, and the solution is to improve yourself and increase your dating value. Once you have moved, I have another 3 small pieces of advice. The first one is to get your basic needs met, like your housing, food and Wi-Fi. Second advice is to be clear on how you want your days to look like and set up routines. For example, I have a very simple life right now and here is how it can look. I think it's very important to set up a schedule in a way so you look forward to and enjoy every day. Maybe it's like work 3 days and then 1 day off. And the last one is to really prioritize sleep, because you will feel better, think better and be more emotionally stable with enough sleep. And 7 to 8 hours is what I get almost every night. After I had moved here, in the beginning it was a bit uncomfortable, but once I got my routines in place and basic needs met, then it was fine. Moving to a new place where you already know someone in the city is also very helpful. So everything has trade-offs. So I think that we need to be more intentional of what we are gaining and sacrificing. And I think that if you're happy with your life and it's a life that's gonna make you happy in the long term, then I don't see any reason why you should move. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Hope it was useful. In case you're wondering, this video took me almost 1.5 hours to record with multiple breaks in the middle.